Hi Aquarius, welcome to Universal Guidance. I changed it up a little bit, as you can tell. I do that once in a while, just so things don't get stale. So I have shuffled these cards really well. If you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. I'm going to shuffle them 3 more times. And then we're going to have a 2-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be the center card of the first part. I'm doing one more shuffle. There we go. So Aquarius, let's find out what you can expect coming up. Ooh, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. The overall energy of this reading is getting rebalanced. It's getting your life put back together, rebalanced in a healthy way. This is like self-justice. This is paying attention to what you need and what your needs are. Your sword is up. You're protecting this balance here. This is the overall energy. So if something puts you into this, you're absolutely doing it. This is the card for Libra. Libra might be in your chart, might be around this reading. So let's read around this card. Let's find out what, why, and how this Justice card is in your reading. Up here in your highest energy, the 8 of Wands. This is communication, usually through the airways, Skype, Zoom, text, Facebook. It could be in any shape or form. There's so many different ways nowadays to communicate through the airways. But this is back and forth communication. This is about love. This is with someone that you love, that you have a huge heart for here. This is a cup running over with love. So all this communication, I think, is about this energy here. You need to know, and you want to talk about the love with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is male or female. They run in and out of your life. You have some questions about love, and it's going to be talked about with this Knight of Wands energy. Maybe this is what you're becoming balanced over. It probably is. I'm reading on. Under all this communication is the Strength card. It's through this communication, you know you need it. Okay, first off, that infinity symbol above the figure's head here is all about intuition and knowing. So you know that you need this communication with this Knight of Wands energy. You're finding the strength to dig deep in order to do it. This is so that you can get rebalanced, so you can have your own power back. I feel like you're uncertain. You know, we have the 2 of Pentacles under the Knight of Wands and next to the Justice card. You are very uncertain whether or not they have the same feelings for you that you have for them. You're falling in love, or you are in love with the Knight of Wands, male or female, remember? But you're uncertain about their feelings for you, and that's what this communication is all about. It's going to help you get balanced. It's just something you need to do, and you know you need to do it. It's under the Strength card, we have the Empress. This is another card for Libra. So twice we have a possible Libra in someone's chart here. The Empress is a beautiful energy. The Empress, male or female, this is you actually, Aquarius. This is your energy. You're very kind and loving and forgiving and giving and considerate and thoughtful and, oh gosh. If you're a parent, you're a beautiful parent. You're awesome. There might be a pregnancy. There might be, you might be a mother of a child. But you're a beautiful person. So it takes a lot of strength for you to come up with this courage to have this communication with that Knight of Wands energy. You need to know if the love, is the same on the other side. The Empress is sitting right next to the Ace of Swords. All that truth. This is about communication. Again, the Ace of Swords. This is big communication. This is, I think, the sword that here on the Justice card, holding up that sword there. You need the truth. You need the clarity about this relationship. This Ace of Swords is next to the High Priestess. Again, this is the main card in the tarot deck about knowing, about intuition. This is about like looking behind the curtain, getting the facts. You're trying that through all this communication because you need to be rebalanced. You need to keep your balance. You're trying to just don't be thrown off balance here. So the High Priestess knows what they have to do. They actually have the intuition. So if you listen to your intuition about, all this confusion you have about the Knight of Wands, whether or not they have, that they return to love, or they have the same feelings as you do, and this truth and this clarity, a lot of those answers lay within you. And if you listen to yourself and what your inner being is telling you, there's a lot of answers there. So pay attention. I am taking out the second half of this reading. Let's find out what's going on here with you, Aquarius. My goodness. One more. I need another one. All right. Aquarius. Oh. Yes. Okay. So up here in your highest energy line, this is what's coming out of this conversation. I think you're going to find out that they are more mature than you think they are, for one thing, because this is right next to the Knight of Wands. I have the King of Wands here. This is possibly a fire energy, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Might be strong in your chart, might be in their chart. But that staff that the king, male or female, is holding here, that's a staff of new beginnings, not just the staff of passion. So this conversation is going to clear up some things. We have the Page of Cups right next to the King of Wands. You're wondering if they just have the Page of Cups for you. That's what you're wondering. The Page of Cups, that cup that the page is offering, it's a cup of love, but it has a fish in it. So there's not a lot of room for love. It also can signify a Pisces energy. So you have some Pisces, or they might have Pisces in their chart someplace. So this is part of the clarity that you're seeking through all this conversation with that Knight of Wands energy that seems to run in and out of your life. The Page of Cups is right next to the Seven of Pentacles. It's the time. You've been waiting for this relationship to come to fruition, like to take the next step. So this is, I think, what is instigating this conversation that you're going to have with the Knight of Wands. The time is slipping. It's getting behind you, and nothing has happened as far as moving forward in this relationship. So that's why you think that they might only have a Page of Cups here for you. But I think you're going to find out that they really are thinking on a more mature way about this relationship, or this conversation is going to encourage them to think more maturely about this relationship. Under the King of Wands is the Eight of Swords. This is part of your confusion. You don't know. It's like the Eight of Swords is being stuck or being bound by this king or knight, whatever they are right now, of Wands. You're not bound. You can walk out of the situation. Your feet aren't bound. Your mouth isn't bound. You can ask for help. I think you're choosing to use the mouth and to talk about this, because you know that you can't stay in this feeling of being trapped into something that you're not sure what it is, whether or not they do have the love for you that you have for them. So This Eight of Swords energy is part of all that confusion here. Right next to it is the Four of Wands. This is a soulmate card. This is a divine soulmate card. Look at that. There's a lot of joy with a union between two people here. Sometimes this can signify marriage, commitment, love. It is right under that Page of Cups. I'm thinking that cup here that you're wondering about, it actually holds this Four of Wands. So I think they do have the same amount of feeling that you have for them. They might have trouble showing it, and they might be afraid to move forward for some reason. They might be dragging their feet. So the reason that you stay in this relationship here and you're still, it's all this time has gotten by and behind you and waiting for it to come to fruition, which is the Four of Wands. That's the fruition you've been waiting for. The reason that you stay in it is because this is what you think you can have with this person. But then you get confused because you're like, well, I don't know, but then again, you're like, but it would be so good. On the other side of the Four of Wands is the Five of Swords. You can't get your mind off of them. See this figure looking back at the ones that are getting away? It's like you're not sure if you really want them to walk away. That's why you've been waiting so long. Because you feel like this is a Four of Wands connection, and according to the cards, it is. Let's read on. Queen of Wands is under the Eight of Swords. The Queen of Wands is fire energy. The King and Queen of Wands here. Oh, you both feel like you can't get out of this relationship. You're both bound by each other. There is love, and that's what's binding the two of you together. Wow. That queen, male or female, is holding that staff of new beginnings. So is the King of Wands here. I'm telling you, this is a divine connection that the two of you have. It might be a twin flame connection, being that we have the King and the Queen of Wands. There's a lot of passion in this relationship. I see fresh starts, new beginnings. I see this relationship advancing. I feel like I think you're the one that's going to start this conversation. We also have the Moon card here. So we have possible Pisces with the Page of Cups. This divine, lovely union of two people here in the center. And then the Moon card comes down here. Right next to the Queen of Wands, Staff and New Beginnings. Things are going to be revealed. Things are going to get out in the open. And it all starts with that conversation. So you not being sure, all the confusion about how they feel, that's going to be cleared up. It's like night turning to day. And then we have the World card. Look at that. You guys are entering a whole new life cycle together. You're going to end up together. Aquarius, this is a World card. This is a new life cycle coming in. This is together. Look at this. This is beautiful. They love you. They just don't know really how to show all that love. They're afraid to show too much because, for one thing, they've been putting off advancing this relationship. And they know it, and I think that's going to come out of this conversation. And whatever their reasons are, it doesn't matter because it's all going to be cleared up according to this reading. Wow, Aquarius, that was your reading. Thank you for watching. Universal Guidance.